And speaking of interactive, our next Hey Guys Award is for the player who is the best at 2K TV Interactive. Congratulations, Rodrigo, for getting 95% of our trivia questions correct.
I'd like to thank you guys. I love the interviews with NBA players. I love the winning tips too. That's really helpful. I love to get the VC.
I'm Leftis Slananglo, I'm a software engineer, and I'm part of the closely knit features group that works on My League and My Gym. So if you're a Pistons fan like me, or if your team did equally bad last season, I highly recommend you try the start from off-season mode in My League. What that allows you to do is turn back the clock, redo the draft lottery, the draft free agency, and in general try to make better moves than your GM did last summer, allowing you to build a good team and do much better than what happened actually to your team this past year. On the other hand, if you feel like the whole league has been getting stale. New to 2K17, you can now.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. And coming right up, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. Looking at Houston, they are clearly amped up for this.
I know you see it, don't try to beat it. I want to crush it all.
I'm Ravi, and I love My Team. My Team is a mode where you create your best lineup using cards that you collect during the season. I think My Team is the best mode in the game because I have full control of my players and of my strategy. I don't have to use just all of the Lakers or all of the Spurs or all of any other team. It's a custom team online, and that's the best part about it to me. Over the summer, I'm gonna be making my lineup even better. I play this mode year-round, so another thing I'll be doing during the summer is to keep things fresh. I've got a lot of cards just sitting around not being used, so I try to create old lineups. I wanna maybe create the classic Spurs or the classic Kings. Then every once in a while, I just wanna get funky. I might get the best rebounding players. I might have Ben Wallace, I might have Dennis Rodman, I might have Andre Drummond all on the team. And that makes it fun because you can go out and have a specialty team that does only this one thing really well and see if you can still win. Looking forward to 2K18, I'm excited about the dynamic duos coming back. I think it's gonna be great for the game. Right now, lots of playoff duos are coming out, seeing some of the best cards in the game get elevated even more. So we're 6 months into the game. We're a long ways away from 18, but 17 is still real hot.
Another way to enjoy My Team this summer is by jumping into My Team Blacktop. And our next Hey Guys award goes to the player with the most wins in My Team Blacktop. Congratulations to Tyga Style 33. You now have a new home in New York.
Before the trade, they sent me like a sample shoe and it was white and orange. So I'm like, man, like, I don't get it.
It's crazy. They like foresaw it coming.
Yeah, I think they knew, right? They knew, right? I think so, yeah.
But I know that in this shoe, you're taking some of your roots in your hometown with you from Chicago.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
With this shoe, it's for sure designed by the Chicago Fire, so it's great.
You were our cover athlete in 2K13. So what is your best memory from working with 2K?
Come on, man. You know, 2K is 2K, man. Like.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
With Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Aristotle, Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets as they'll be playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Looking at the Thunder, both these teams excited about the matchup, feeling confident that they can prevail. We will see shortly how those aspirations pan out. And guys, you'll often hear other guards around the league talk about just how difficult it is to match up against Russell Westbrook. I mean, can you quantify why it's so difficult, Shaq?
Well, he physically punishes smaller players with his strength and speed. He's absolutely fearless and relentless. He's probably the only guard I've seen dunk that thing like he dunked that thing.
Like he really means it.
Yes.
Yeah, Westbrook, there's no way to play him. You can't play.
Rockets here at home in this Western Conference matchup live here in Houston. And get ready for another dose. In a rivalry game here, Brent, between these two conference foes, we can see tempers flare in this one.
What always starts a rivalry, Kevin? Is it familiarity with one another?
I think so, sure. The more you play, the more you know.
Yep, well, we got that here tonight. So these guys don't like one another. We're going to see how tense this game is. We'll have a good gauge on the temperature of these teams.
Familiarity is a big word in these kind of matchups.
It is. It's a lot of syllables, too.
Yeah, a lot of vowels. Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've got Paul George, Russell Westbrook out there with Shorty, and then there's Steven Adams, and it's Collison in at the 4 slot. Here's Westbrook. Not going to go that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. Paul kicks to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Here's Collison. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist.
Well, people talk so much about shoot first guy with Westbrook. How about that time finding the open man?
Harden outside. We're about 1 minute into the first. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Left side, Westbrook. It's tipped. Here's George. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Outstanding D there. They really got up in his shirt and made him uncomfortable.
Paul dishes to Anderson. It's hauled in by Adams. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. George passes to Westbrook. And the 3 ball is good. Westbrook's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Sometimes it's more about when Russell hits the 3. That time looking confident.
It's Ariza on the wing. Westbrook against Paul. Shot clock at 6. No good that time. Great D that time from Collison.
And I think it's safe to say at this point that Chris Paul is one of the all-time greats at that point guard position. Just so strong in his ability to lead a team both offensively and defensively. And you know, you get everything you want from him as a lead guard. I mean, he's not afraid of the big moment. Also willing to be that vocal leader that you often need at times. Let's see if ultimately he can be rewarded with a chance to play for a championship.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. It's stolen by Capella. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And the dunk by Capella.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
To the paint, deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Billy Donovan.
Well, Kevin, they have a specific approach to tonight's game. He told me they have to get the ball into the paint as much as possible and take advantage of what they believe is a big inch for them inside. We'll see if they're right about that tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Houston in the lead. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And for all the scoring, Greg, that James Harden gives you, he's also one of the top playmakers in the NBA.
You know, and even coming out of college, Kevin, a lot of scouts felt Harden could play the point. I mean, that's one of the reasons why this guy is going to consistently be in the MVP conversation.
The first free throw is good. And the Thunder making a switch here. Cantor's checked in. Harden hits them both. And for a team with as much talent as the Rockets have had over the last few seasons, the results have been pretty mixed.
Yeah, and look at the club's recent rosters. I mean, they've been filled with a couple mega stars and then everyone else. At some point, you have to look past all the individual stuff and make the commitment as a team to play for each other. Unselfish, fundamental basketball.
It's Ariza on the wing. The pass to Capella. Anderson outside. Anderson the screen. 5 on the clock. It's Harden with the drive. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Good chance you're getting to phase 2 of your defense here as you make adjustments to try and cool him down.
They set the screen. In the corner, George with it. Beyond the arc. George missing again.
Yeah, this is where you might elect to pass out of the slump rather than shoot out of it.
No good that time.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
That's really one of his specialties, altering shots in close.
And Cantor wide open. He shoots. Misses off the left iron. Harden kicks to Anderson. Back to Harden. Houston moving the ball around. Ball against Westbrook. Ball outside. 1:21 left in the first quarter. Anderson wide open from outside off the mark.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's Adams. Misses the layup. Rockets leading by 3. Ball outside. Anderson outside. In the corner, Harden. Feet out. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
I think the defense was surprised that he did not knock that down. Clear defensive breakdown there, guys. Should have made him pay.
Adams outside. The dish to Westbrook. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Rockets have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Harden outside. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Harden's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
He's getting anything he wants out there. He has this look in his eyes that says, nobody's going to stop me. Not tonight.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Good on the triple. Westbrook's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Thunder.
So off the bounce, Russell's been good, but he's getting better setting up without the ball. He's really improving with his touch on those kind of shots.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Rockets lead by 2 and will return shortly. And earlier, Chris Paul told us about the depth of their roster. So important for any team.
Our bench is amazing. It's so exciting because when our bench comes in, more often than not, if we're losing, they're going to get us the lead. And if we have the lead, they're going to increase the lead. And it's fun to watch because everybody cheers for each other, too.
When your starters feel that good about their second unit guys, that's a heck of an asset that a team can have. And if you've seen Chris Paul cheering from the bench, you know that it's very, very true.
And Kevin, that's the kind of team that's always been so much fun to play on. Everybody's really pulling for one another, no matter who's playing. Even in practice, with that kind of a team, you tend to have more fun.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Yeah, I just really love that they're playing with their hearts tonight, contesting shots, making their opponent work for every point.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Thunder. Grant is out there with Doug McDermott. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Norris Cole. And it's Roberson. And at the 2, Brown, he's checked in for Houston. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Arenas is checked in for Norris Cole. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know that the Thunder hired Billy Donovan as its new head coach. In his 2 decades at the University of Florida, he led them to 2 national titles with players like Al Horford and Joakim Noah. Defensive-minded coach, he's developed into a great offensive mind. Fellas, that's what he's trying to bring to OKC. Moving the floor, as he calls it. Creating space for their great scorers to operate.
Ball movement, player movement. That's where the league is going, D.A. Thanks. And he gets it to go. Brent, when you played, you were known for your passing a point forward much of the time. It seems that ball movement has really become paramount for the best offenses in the NBA. Would you agree?
I absolutely agree, and I love the fact that you would classify me as a forward.
You could play
Forward,
any position.
Guard, wing,
you could play
wing.
four
it's
positions.
It's a positionless game nowadays,
and
Kevin.
you were
I don't know if you read articles.
And you were positionless in so many ways.
Sometimes the coach positioned me on the bench.
Unjustly. Pass to Grant. Cantor sets the pick for Grant. Here's Shorty. Dishes to Cantor. Shoots from 14. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim. Cantor's got it all tied up now for the Thunder. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Brown kicks to Williams. Right side, Gordon. Pass to Tucker. Houston moving it around. Nene down low. He's covered by Cantor. And again, it's Nene. Nene's got 6.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Cantor. He doesn't hit that one. And the Rockets take it the other way. It's Nene, high post. Outside Williams. Back to Nene.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
For Houston, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Nick Collison's checked in for Oklahoma City. Russell Westbrook comes in for Shorty. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Paul dishes to Nene. And Nene with the stuff.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
For Houston, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooter. Every year, they'll always put out an NBA survey of who is the toughest to guard. No surprise that Russell Westbrook is almost always at the top of the list in those surveys. He just, Greg, strikes fear in opposing defenders.
And Kevin, it's a result of several factors in terms of why he tops that list. He has the game and the body to punish you for all 4 quarters, and he never lets up in his intensity. And also a knack for putting players who are caught sleeping on posters that is both physically and mentally draining guarding a guy like Westbrook.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for the Rockets. And then for Oklahoma City, Adams comes in for Doug McDermott. And Georgia subbed in for Grant. Westbrook against Paul. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Well, one thing that Chris Paul has always been known for is his presence, Greg, on the defensive end. Just a smart and fundamentally sound defender who knows certainly how to disrupt a ball handler.
No doubt. In the modern NBA, there are so many guards that can beat you one-on-one. But Paul makes your shots tougher than probably anybody else in the league. Still, with the quick hands, he will come up with more than his fair share of steals.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. James Harden comes in for Eric Gordon. Here's Roberson, guarded by Harden. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Roberson. The Rockets have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Westbrook against Paul. Passes to G. Latrey. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's Collison, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And you look at the Thunder last season, they were slept on as a contender for the title. Warriors and Spurs, very, very good, but in the same conference. Might have helped the Thunder to stay focused and fly under the radar just a little bit more.
The Thunder shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Good on both. And usually the Thunder are favorites to go deep, and that's exactly what they did last year, all the way to the Western Conference Finals.
Well, you look at what Westbrook represented in Oklahoma City over the past 5 or 6 seasons, and there's no doubt with that kind of talent, you're going to have a chance every year, Kevin, to make a deep push.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Houston shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
2 shots.
No good on that one.
You see Billy Donovan out there on the sidelines, and you can't help but to think of all the success he's had as a coach already. Back-to-back titles in college, essentially built that Florida basketball program into a powerhouse. He's hoping that he can bring some of that success translated to the NBA and get himself in title contending position.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And for Billy Donovan, I think that's one of the bigger reasons why he made the jump from college to the pros, Brent. He had nothing left to prove.
Well, one of the reasons why he decided to leave Florida as well, Kevin, was the fact that he really enjoyed the culture of what it is that Oklahoma City represented. There's no reason for Billy Donovan to leave that university unless he felt like the opportunity in front of him had a lot of boxes checked, and OKC did that.
A nice shot by George.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
27 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Paul. No one on him, and he makes the easy one. Paul's got 7 points here in this quarter.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
Here's Roberson. He kicks to Westbrook. 2 on the clock. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. Through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Rockets ahead. They lead by a bucket. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys shot a great percentage in the first half, but still a tight game.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
First half in the books. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome back as we break down all the action. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
I think they let the game come to them, but they haven't got to the foul line enough, Ernie. That's an area where they're getting beat. I like to see them press to action a little bit more.
That'll do it for now. Second half coming up. We'll see you after the game.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
The way he was able to attack the rim in that first half, defenders are going to need to start building walls and being connected defensively if they want to have any chance to stop him.
Yeah, right now he's seeking out every gap and he's getting into every single one of them, raying up some big numbers there.
Shooting so vital in today's game, Brent. Ironically, the shooting guard position has been in somewhat of a stagnant position, perhaps.
Well, I think because of the way that the point guards in the league right now, Kevin, have dominated most of the offenses, not only in terms of their scoring, but in terms of time of possession. John Wall, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook. I mean, you watch a lot of those games, and for most of the game, they've got the pill, and they've got to make the decisions. Shooting guards like Klay Thompson don't come around all that much, but he's finding ways to still put his imprint on the game.
Harden and Ariza, the athletic wing pair. Clint Capella is out there with Ryan Anderson, and it's Paul in at the 1. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
We always talk about glue guys and guys that do the little things to help their team. Steven Adams is certainly that for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Not a big presence in the box to score. When you watch him play with his team, he's willing to sacrifice his body, set hard screens, and be a presence on the interior.
And thinking again on Adams, the scoring isn't what makes him valuable, Brennan. It's his defense and his solid screen setting.
Well, I think it's his idea that the role that he has is something that he's very comfortable with, and he wants to be successful at doing it. He doesn't hurt the team by getting out of his comfort zone.
Paul passes to Capella. Paul against Westbrook. Paul kicks to Anderson and finished off by Anderson.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Thunder trailing by 7. Westbrook dishes to George. This one for 3. Sinks the triple. George has got 6 points.
Yes, he's too exceptional from deep range to leave uncovered.
Paul outside. Feeds to Capella. Paul kicks to Harden. Puts it up from 12. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 5 rebounds tonight. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Off target from outside. Rockets leading by 4. Harden outside. Here's the teardrop. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 6 rebounds in the game. To the middle, it's deflected. Here's Collison, and he overshot that one, missing.
No way this is the start they wanted for the second half. Their offense better start getting it going soon. 1 of 4 here is not cutting.
Paul gets to Ariza. Back to Paul. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint, kicks it out to Ariza. Capella, the pass to Anderson. That shot, no good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza.
Not exactly sure what was happening there inside the heads of the players, but very frustrated they couldn't capitalize on the opportunity.
Houston making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Trevor Ariza. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant comes in for George. It's deflected. Rockets leading by 4. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Chris Paul is still in search of his first NBA title. He said he used to think about it as a personal goal. But then he said at some point it clicked and became, we're going to do this. I think all of us are at that point. It's clear he's invested in this team. He said, there's no question this is where I want to be. I want to win. Here. Kevin?
All right, thanks, D.A. He's got talent around him for sure. And watching Adams go to work out there, he is a bit of an old-school big man in the sense that, Brent, he'll throw his weight around and look to intimidate the other team.
Yeah, Adams willing to take on that role, take the punches, and take the hits for the rest of his team. And it goes along with his great defensive instincts, I think. His activity down low, certainly a big help for this team's defense.
Williams, he's checked in for Ryan Anderson. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Robertson's checked in. Nene with the screen on Westbrook. Paul dishes to Nene. And Nene with the stuff.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
When you're playing from behind, you cannot let your opponent have things that are that easy. And that was easy.
And from an offensive standpoint, they have just been...
And that's how we play the game. Bring it in. Let's go.
So many teams now playing drive and kick offense. Dribble penetration is at a premium. And some players use raw speed. Others just have that feel. What makes, in your opinion, a great slasher?
I think a slasher who really is good at catching the defense off stride, Kevin, is one that just has tremendous timing. A guy that understands his teammate and when it is that his teammate is going to recognize where it is on the floor that he's going to be and when it is that he needs the ball in order to be an effective scorer.
Sometimes without any words, no communication, just a look or just a feel.
Just a quick glance and, you know, they'll do that two-point dance and all of a sudden that possession's over.
Bang.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Paul outside. Nene kicks to Gordon. Back to Nene. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Westbrook with it. Chris Paul covering. Cantor, the pass to McDermott. Roberson hands it from downtown. Roberson's got 7.
There's no doubt that each year he gets a little better and more comfortable from beyond the arc. That helps Roberson stay on the floor for more minutes.
Paul dishes to Nene. Paul kicks to Nene. Back to Paul. 6 to shoot. Out to the wing. Houston needs to get a shot off. For 3, Gordon kept alive by Houston. Houston moving the ball around. Ball against Westbrook. Paul passes to G. Here's Nene. The rebound by Grant.
Well, he's a great finisher around the rim, but some stellar defense there stopped that from happening.
They get it back.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Westbrook against Paul. Here's the floater. They get it again. Back to Tucker. Left side, Gordon. Tries yet again, and he sinks the layup.
Great concentration from Eric Gordon, who caps off the drive with the basket.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Houston on top as they end the 3rd quarter with a tremendous 17-6 run. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas.
Moments make players into stars. Moments make teams legendary. This is my moment. This is my team.
Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
We should never get beat like that in transition when they throw the ball. Those points add up right now. Let's be locked in and focused right now.
Billy Donovan, as you can tell, not too happy, failing to get back on defense. A major sin in the game of basketball, especially from his standpoint.
Yeah, and anytime you get severely out-hustled, you're going to hear about it from your coach. And you should if he's worth anything.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. The Stash brothers, Cantor and Adams inside. Shorty out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's George in at the small forward. Harden's shot is good.
And just a little bit ragged defensively.
Not one of their better efforts, as you could tell by the score. They've been low energy for most of the night.
Westbrook up top, guarded by Harden. And finished off by Westbrook.
Well, Westbrook just overwhelming the defense right there, like a semi-truck coming at you.
Harden with it. Lets it go from 11. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Left side, Westbrook. Second shot opportunity, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Well, the Kiwi Adams, born in New Zealand, was the Thunder's first-round pick back in 2013. Steadily coming into his own now on the offensive end.
They throw good, Adams.
And when you look at the Rockets, I mean, plenty of offense, but last year there was a huge drop-off defensively. And given this team's lofty goals, that really flies right in the face of that old adage, defense wins championships.
Here's Harden on the wing. Right wing. Capella gets to Ariza. It's stolen by Adams. Goes up the baseline. George, no good. And talking about how the Rockets are structured, they do have some players on the roster, Greg, who can play defense. It's a wonder they've been so bad at that end.
I mean, the problem with defense, though, Kevin, is that it takes all 5 guys to buy in. You have to have a level of trust on the floor, and that happens for the Rockets only once in a while, which is why they give up an insane number of points to their opponents.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Bring it in. Take a seat.
In there. Yeah, some of that right now might be a lack of toughness, but you can't combine that with laziness. Guys are not crashing down and closing off those driving lanes.
Nick Collison's checked in for the Thunder. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's Westbrook, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Westbrook's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he's got no problem getting to that spot on the floor. Westbrook now looks more confident in those kind of results.
Here's Harden. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Down low, here's Westbrook, and Capella sends it back. Harden dishes to Gordon. Anderson passes to Harden. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Harden's got 10 points here in the second half.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Collison, the pass to Abrinas. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
The Rockets making a switch here. Paul's checked in. Westbrook against Paul. They set the pick. Puts up a three. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Rockets leading by 18. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Harden, no good. Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Sinks the triple.
Continuing his growth as a leader on this team, Westbrook now becoming one of the sharper playmakers in the NBA.
Come on, Harden, let's go!
Here's Harden. Capella inside. Adams on him. Second chance shot. And Harden lays it in. Harden's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Well, let's give credit to where it is due. They refused to take their foot off the gas pedal, even after it was obvious they were in full control of this basketball game.
Westbrook missing again.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
Westbrook against Paul. Kicks to Anderson. Shot clock at 6. Paul dishes to Anderson. Here's Harden. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Harden's got 22.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Houston.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low. And what a huge standout performance it was for Nene.
There was nothing he did not have a hand in out there tonight. He put them on his shoulders. He carried the heavy load at both ends of the floor. It's all because of him tonight that they're running away with this game.
To the left side wing. Westbrook passes to Abrinas. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, it feels like this one's in the books. The only opportunity left is to try and fix some issues that were exposed tonight.
Here's Paul inside. Capella. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. They get Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, easy call.
At the line for your Rockets, Clint Capella, taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. A different look for Oklahoma City. Cantor checked in for Steven Adams. Grant comes in for George. And Cole subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And the Thunder from 2011 to 2014 made the Western Conference Finals twice, as well as the NBA Finals, while still one of the youngest teams in the league. They had, Greg, all the makings of a dynasty.
You felt like they were destined to win a championship and maybe multiple ones. Now you're not so sure. It's a tough business, and being very good often isn't good enough.
Checking in for your Rockets, G.
Seven seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Cole. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. James, congrats on the win. Great crowd tonight, but what made the difference down the stretch?
We just trying to play solid defense. Talk to each other, help each other out. The crowd was amazing tonight. It was unbelievable. Like I said, I'm happy for our guys. And, we got a good victory at home.
Big win, James. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Nene. I'll tell you what, his season high in points powered everything they did. Clearly, he was the catalyst tonight as they come away with a well-deserved W. Shaq, what'd you like about his game?
I know a thing or two about high field goal percentages, and his was insane tonight. Tells you about the quality of the looks he was getting. But even when the shot was contested,